Get ready for the match.
To the match. My name is Charlotte.
And I'm Melissa. We are so excited about this new series called Grow Up.
We are all getting older and it's time we start acting like it.
What was something you remember doing that was sort of, immature?
Oh goodness, what didn't I do? I can remember this one time when I went shopping with my mom and we walked by the toy section and I wanted to go look at all the toys, but Mom was in a hurry and she said we can look another day. Well, I remember getting mad and throwing a fit while turning down an aisle to go look at all the new toys. My mom said, "Let's go." And I ignored her and she left me there. And at first I was like, this is okay. I get to play with all the toys. But then I realized I couldn't find her and I felt lost. And now I'm scared because I thought I would never find her. So I was crying and I found a store employee and she said she would help me find my mom, which was good. And she asked me my mom's name. And then suddenly I knew I was in trouble because I didn't even know my mom's name. I just knew her as Mommy.
Well, did you ever find her?
Yes, but I never did that again. She said, "No, let's go," and I went. How about you? What was something you remember doing?
Well, there was this one time that my parents left me at home alone and I found some spaghetti in the refrigerator and I thought, "Oh, that looks really good." And so I heated it up and the rule was you only eat in the kitchen. But there was a really good show on television, so I decided I was going to take it downstairs to the rec room, and I'd be really careful, and I would eat it while I watched my show. Well, as I was walking down the stairs, I lost my footing and tumbled down the stairs. The plate flew, the spaghetti went everywhere. I crashed to the bottom, the plate crashed to the bottom, and when I looked up, there was spaghetti on the walls and on the carpet. There was no covering that up.
Wow. I guess now we know better, huh?
Well, maybe, but we're all still growing up and maturing. So what does maturity look like anyway?
Let's look it up. Let's see. Maybe. Okay, so the dictionary says the state of being mature. Wow. Thanks, dictionary. That clears it up.
Maturity is just a process of becoming fully developed. That includes your mind, your body, your emotions, and your spirit.
And God uses leaders to help us grow and mature. Leaders like our parents,
Our teachers.
our pastors.
But did you know that kids can be leaders too? Because all of us are still growing and still maturing, and there are parts of our lives where we can lead others. We can lead others not only by what we say, but also through our actions.
So our first story to explore is a story about a boy named Samuel who heard a voice in the night.
Hannah was sad because she had no children. She prayed, and God gave her a son, Samuel. She was very grateful, so she gave Samuel to God to serve him. Hannah left her little boy at the tabernacle with Eli, the priest. Samuel helped old blind Eli. He even slept in the tabernacle while Eli slept in a room nearby. One night, Samuel heard someone call his name. He got up and ran to Eli. "Here I am," he said. "I didn't call you," Eli grunted. "Go back to bed." Samuel crept back to bed. He heard his name again. Samuel ran back to Eli. "Here I am," he said. "I didn't call you," Eli sighed sleepily. "Go back to bed." After Samuel heard the voice a third time, Eli said it was the Lord. "If he calls again," said Eli, Say, 'Speak, Lord, your servant is listening.' So Samuel did. 'Samuel,' God said, 'can you be my prophet and pass my words faithfully on to my people?' 'I can,' said Samuel. And he did, until he was an old man.
From a very early age, Samuel did what he was asked.
Whatever Eli the priest asked, he could count on Samuel to do it.
Because of this, when God spoke to Samuel, Samuel didn't hesitate to obey the voice of God too.
He didn't give any excuses. He just obeyed. Samuel ended up doing great things for God because he was quick to obey, and that made it easy to hear God's voice.
As we grow up, we will be asked to do things and be responsible to get them done. And sometimes we won't want to, or we might be afraid.
Yeah, and when that happens, we often make excuses to keep from having to do it. But there comes a time when you have to stop making excuses and just take responsibility.
That brings us to today's big idea. No more excuses. It's time to grow up.
Yes, and our key verse is James 4:17. If anyone then knows the good that they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them.
If you know the right thing to do, but you don't do it, God calls that sin.
Yeah, and sin isn't just the bad things you do, it's also not doing the right things you know you should.
If you are in the habit of making excuses, you'll end up making excuses when God asks you to do something. Yeah. Not doing what God has called you to do is not a good thing.
Not only that, you'll miss out on all the things that God has planned for you.
As we move into this new year, make one of your goals to be taking responsibility and stop giving excuses.
All right, Melissa, are you ready for today's challenge?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay, so today we are playing balloon roulette. There are 10 balloons on the ground, and each balloon has a different challenge you have to complete. So it's one-on-one versus at the same time, at go, you choose a balloon, pop it, show what the challenge is, complete it as fast as you can, and then pop another one, do it. You have to do 3 challenges, and the first person to get all 3 challenges done wins the challenge. But you can't pop 3 and then do all of them. You have to pop one, do the challenge, pop another, do a challenge.
And what happens if I win?
Well, if you win, you don't have to do something else.
So what happens if I lose?
If you lose, you're going to be dressed up as a baby, and the other person gets to take pictures and put it on social media.
All right, you ready?
Are you ready? Game, set, match.
Okay, skip around the whole room.
Make a paper airplane. I'm not good at making airplanes. Oh my goodness. Oh! This one's gonna take me.
Count over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34,
Drink 3 bottles of water.
37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 60, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 74, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Oh! Oh! Saying ABCs backwards. Holy cow! C, Y, X. I can't do this. X, I'm gonna have to do this. Where's the pen? X,
Count by threes, 1099. 369. Oh, you did it! Was she right? Oh.
Come on, Charlotte, we're waiting. Wow, you really did have to dress like a baby. Remember, I get to take pictures. Let's see, would you like it on Instagram or Facebook or?
All of the above.
Oh, okay.
I lost.
Oh, yes, you did.
1 Timothy 4:12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, and in purity.
You are growing up, and growing up means you are ready to take some responsibility for yourself. One thing you have to decide for yourself is your faith. Having faith in Jesus is a choice we all have to make. God has shown His great love for each of us by sending His Son, Jesus, to come be our Savior and to take the responsibility for our sin. Doesn't that sound crazy? But we have to choose whether or not we want to accept that gift. When we do, we tell God we are sorry for the wrong we have done, and He forgives us. Then we follow Jesus and we do our best to listen and obey Him in all we do. As we follow Him, He promises to stick by us and to never leave us as our friend. If you're ready to stop making excuses and to begin a relationship with Jesus, just follow Him as your Savior, King, and friend. And if you want to find out more about how to do that, then talk to your parents or reach out to us. We would love to help you take your next step in following Jesus.
It's not always easy to obey.
Or to stop giving excuses.
But as we grow up, we need to take responsibility.
Remember, if you know what the right thing to do is, do it.
Because not doing it, it's a sin.
And even as a kid, you are a leader and God can use you.
So no more excuses.
It's time to grow up. And until next time,
shine on.
Bye.